Good evening, merry meetings. Keywords boredom, this is true nature of things, misconception. A man tired of the rat race sits under a tree feeling dejected and apathetic. The vessels beneath him symbolize the thrill of his past experiences, but are now empty and cast aside. Existential crisis. He is unaware of the love being offered to him from a source nearby. When this card appears in a spread, it signals an opportunity to expunge boredom. Disillusionment is a natural part of our spiritual journey. When losing things for what they are, don't let romantic be interfere with your self-worth. Learn to accept the reality of things and strength. The star, the four of spades. Keywords: retreat, meditate, solitude, quiet time, withdrawal, contemplation, praying, receptivity. A slumbering dragon and a weary samurai lay in a profound contemplative repose under the watchful eyes of a small bird perched upon a window. It's giving honor to the Azan. Individual life experiences, such as failures, disappointments, or missed opportunities, necessitate subjective evaluation so as not to repeat such errors. The four blades appears when it is time to withdraw and be circumspect. Tuesday, February 27th, the day of the reality masters, magnetic, capable, worldly, demanding, emotionally chaotic. The meditation is a relative term. Necessity is a relative term. Necessity is a relative term. 5:48. Yes, I am. A very supportive and caring nature, although they are often compassionate and empathetic. Their independence and perseverance makes them a valuable asset. These people are driven and capable of overcoming many challenges. You'll have a great ideas and sunsigns.org says about you, happy birthday, Pisces. If you have, you are understanding and compassionate. This qualities is long. You are everyone's favorite. However, you are affected by your surroundings, which could influence your moods. This is not necessarily life threatening, but you should not let your environment control you. Standing, intuitive, loving, positive, grumpy, humble, and patient. Happy birthday, Pisces, the fish. Those of you who are born on this day, February 27th, should be in control at all times. You are capable, Pisces, of dealing with conditions that seem troubling to you. According to your birthday horoscope profile, your submissive nature concerns your friends and family. You are helpful when it comes to others. You are inclined to think your problems will magically disappear. Life will pass you by doing so, and the result will be something less than bearable. Pisces need to rethink ways in which to handle your issues. With the ability to handle your own emotions, you will relieve yourself of a lot of stress and tension. February 27th, people will have the desire to eat their problems away. It will not hurt Pisces. Put yourself more at risk. You will you put yourself more at risk for other issues that you will not want to deal with either. The Pisces birthday astrology shows you are born trips and falls that could result in injury. You need to protect yourself against fractures, poor blood circulation, and heart problems. February 27th, birthday Pisceans will have a positive outlook on life. You have lots of interests and hobbies. This keeps you active outside of your professional life. You like to stay active, and when are bored, you can become an impatient Pisces. You need to do something new all the time. What your birthday says about you is that your drive to succeed in life is strong, and so is your self confidence when it Your birthday personality shows that you are talented in the areas of organizing. You take money matters very seriously and will do well in those areas of accounting and consulting. Birthday meaning for February 27th is the gifted Pisces, that the gifted Pisceans will have a passion and understanding for humanitarian efforts. Those born on this day will do well in professions such as teaching and advertising. You could even invent your job description and title, as you can do many jobs along the lines of communication. As a journalist, you could write noteworthy news articles. Similarly, you could also write for musical talent and can hear your songs play on the radio one day. February 27th, birthday Pisces. Your intuition and imagination fulfills your basic needs to escape mentally. More often than not, you are quite comfortable being in your space and time. This tends to take a few burdens off your shoulders and lift your spirits. Otherwise, you may find yourself, Pisces, on a road trip, perhaps by way of the train. Just the ride alone could clear some cobwebs and make room for discoveries. Another ideal is a trip to the amusement park. Those born on this day love to explore and see unusual things. Life's discuss. Let's discuss your love life. You have a hard time with limitations being placed on you. Pisces, your passionate, charming, dreaming qualities give you a break. You need to stay in touch with your romantic nature. Put you put so much effort into wooing a person that you could be setting yourself up for an emotional low. When things don't go as planned, you become moody. Those of you with a birthday on February 27th are looking for a more realistic approach to romance than spoiling your date with outlandish ren- rendezvous. If today, February 27th, is your birthday, you are compassionate, charming, and somewhat submissive. You do well in the areas of writing and communication. It would seem that your goal in life is to better others, but somehow you leave yourself out of the humble but capable Pisces. Know that you have an understanding of people and profession. You could be a prominent writer. Seriously. Celebrities born on February 27th. Elizabeth Taylor, Rosanda Chili Thomas, to name a few. Happy birthday, Chili. This day that year, February 27th, birthday in history. 1563, the Lincoln Cathedral presents William Byrd as an organist. In 1803, there was a massive fire in Bombay, India. In 1827, New Orleans presents its first Mardi Gras celebration. In 1921, Teresa Weld Blanchard wins U.S. female skating competition. In 1995, Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert when Academy Wars for It Happened One Night. I'm going to have to see that movie perhaps. Screenshot that. Give me something to watch. Your verdict moon sign is mean, Rashi. We should not get into that tonight, but if you wish to read on that, sunsigns.org. However, February 27th, Chinese zodiac is the rabbit. The Chinese zodiac rabbit is aware of their motivations, their feelings, and movements, but sometimes they question their behavior in social situations. They know they have conducted themselves to the best of their ability, but are never quite certain of what that means, certain if that means they have behaved correctly. The Chinese rabbit tends towards introversion, finding himself content in the quieter, lonely moments that come his way. Rabbits are touchy. It's not hard to hurt their feelings, but you may know this. You may never know this as they'll bury that away. The rabbit sign is creatures of order, and disorder will set them completely ill at ease. It is a harmony that is at a rabbit's heart. For all their tenderheartedness, all they want is to be loved and accepted, even while maintaining themselves in a place of seclusion. The Chinese zodiac sign rabbit's strength is a keen awareness of their inner self. Time spent in seclusion contemplating their motivations is important to the rabbit. He tends outward control. What a rabbit feels is their business, and what lies beneath is deeply private. This allows them to appear calm and collected even when they're feeling anything but that. The rabbit characteristic shows that they know how and when to speak and when to hold their speech. When they never bother to speak when they have to say what they have to say is not worthwhile. Rabbits are deeply focused on self improvement and thus will pursue perfection in all things in their lives. The most comforting thing about the rabbit is that their honesty is beyond question. Deception is simply not in their nature. Their analytical nature doesn't stop with themselves. He can turn that to others and is adept to dissecting their nature. Some of the rabbit signs' best assets, when turned on their head, are one of their greatest weaknesses. Rabbits are timid around other people while caring deeply about what they think. Their innate sensitivity makes them easily hurt, while their retention of their emotions keep them from letting others know they've been hurt. The rabbit man or rabbit woman enjoys living in the safety of his home, but this can lead to him becoming a hermit, secluding himself from the world. They are staunchly honest, but this also means they are incapable of even the gentlest of deception. Their analytical nature, unfortunately, can lead them to becoming disillusioned about human nature and embittered about those they associated with. The Chinese rabbit sign is a diligent worker, careful in all their endeavors, provided their deep need for freedom is met. They are capable of being amazing producers in the workplace, but he must have his security and be his boss. His concerns over his sense of security leaves him unable to cope with being under another's thumb. The rabbit wants a secure office with a comfortable workplace, not adventure or travel. It is important to know that a rabbit is primarily concerned with their security and welfare, and this can stand in the way of their sense of altruism. The rabbit as a boss is going to be an excellent leader if you are seeking solid and secure income. He doesn't take unnecessary chances, but would take what seems like odd directions that turn out magnificently for him. He has that sense for buried riches, for finding the value in things that others can't quite see the point of. The rabbit, Chinese rabbit, as a boss will broker deal with ease. His diplomatic abilities are beyond reproach. He is well mannered, gracious, and persuasive, seeing his way through to a mutually agreeable decisions where others were left unable to reach an accord. The Chinese horoscope sign rabbit as a co-worker can be touchy, can work in conjunctions with others, and will gladly negotiate out divisions of labor and project plans. His sensitivity to others' emotions and opinions allows him to come to a reasonable accord and keep the workplace friendly and warm. Their major failing could be a sort of timidity, which, if not overcome, can lead to a decided difficulty in taking advantage of opportunities. In Chinese astrology, the rabbit prefers to be independent financially, squirreling away money for later days and keeping themselves secure without the assistance of others. No matter how much money a rabbit has packed away, it isn't ever enough. He always wants to make just a little more sure that his security is solidly in place. This can end up being a problem as he can hesitate in putting money to work in the interest of having money put away. In these circumstances, he can wind up being stingy and more than a little over concerned with the bottom line. The Chinese zodiac rabbit is not particularly sentimental. They are deeply in touch with the thoughts and emotions of those around them. They don't immediately fall in love, and this emotion can be quite difficult for them. While dating a rabbit does not have much tolerance for human flaws in their partner, as direct result of their sometimes overinflated opinion of themselves. Attempting to seduce a rabbit itself to having to be the initiating member of a relationship. The big problem for the rabbit is that relationships require shared sentimentality, and that speaks against everything that they stand for personally. It offends their sense of decency and certainly their typical reserved nature. The rabbit Chinese sign lacks self confidence as a rule, and this can create problems with their love relations. Their appetite is copious, but their sense of decency can leave them being a bit prudish. Even if their appetites run deeper, they are too reserved to act on them. Getting through to a rabbit requires getting through into their emotional burrows, showing patience and understanding with them, him or her, can get them to open up in this area. His habits tend towards a tender and carefree lover, deeply connected with those he shares these intimacies with. He must be. His fragile emotional nature makes it impossible for it to be otherwise. The years of the rabbit. February 19, 1939 to February 8, 1940. February 6, 1951 to January 26, 1952. January 25th, 1963 to February 12th, 1964. And February 11th, 1975 to January 30th, 1976. January 29th, 1987 to February 16th, 1988. February 16th, 1999 to February 4th, 2000. And February 3rd, 2011 to January 22nd, 2012. And January 22nd, 2023 to February 9th, 2024. February 8th, 2035 to January 27th, 2036. Your ruling planet is Neptune, which represents dreams, wisdom, and spirituality. The two fish is the symbol for the Pisces star sign. Your birthday tarot card is the Hermit. This card symbolizes the need to be vigilant in your actions and be careful before trusting others. The Hermit message is for me. Take it how you resonates. Anyone that shall look at this video. For my journaling purposes, the King of Clubs, followed by the Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles. I gotta find another way for that. I don't know. Okay. The King of Clubs. Keywords. Shrewd. I guess I am. Elder. Wise. Authority. Advice as buzzman. Decisive study. The King of Sticks is a mediator who presides over a situation with prodigious acumen. The monarch has the brilliance and understanding of an owl and carefully considers all aspects of the matter at hand. After methodically deliberating the validation of a choice or the voice prompted to choose, attuned to sagacity and this archetype to ensure that the correct path is chosen. The Hermit. Keywords: initiation, recluse, transmission, sage and enlightenment, isolation, withdrawal, meditation, and solitude. Many of the world's brightest minds were said to have found their inspiration on a mountaintop. The hermit symbolizes the cardinal virtue of prudence. The hermetic figure traverses a lonely path guided by the truth, the light of truth. And with his lantern, he goes about spreading radiance throughout the darkness. The hermit assesses the situation by introspection, removing himself to evaluate things deeply. The number nine, as regarded by the Pelagian school, is the completion of a cycle, indeed. It is also the number of months in the human gestational period from conception to birth. Like the Diogenes with his lantern, the hermit seeks honest individuals to transmit arcane wisdom. He has achieved the heights of spiritual attainment, but he knows that only those who are worthy may share in his knowledge. The archetype of the hermit shows up in our life when we need to withdraw, evaluate our progress, and prioritize. Fasting and meditation, solitude, or practice of detachment are constructive ones that we all can learn from the hermit. The eight keywords: magnetism, attraction, grounding, realization, materialized and heavy. The hand of the divine emerges from the bowels of the earth, producing a hefty gem imbued with a massive magnetic current. The serpent of wisdom encircles it. Understanding the principles of attraction as magnets are apt to do is the key to defining the terms of our success. The suit of the gems is a token from the material world and all of the attributes of the elemental, alchemical, and dense earth energy. The Ace of Gems tells us that the gifts of the divine can be extracted from the world by the sweat and toil of our efforts. It may require digging deep. The Hermit. meanings and interpretations of the major arcana. In the Middle Ages, the hermit was most often a man of spirituality. They are religious men separated from the world to study the nature of God better. If this Rider Waite card is in your reading, then solitude is a part of your current position, whether literal or figurative. The lamp of the hermit represents the light of knowledge and enlightenment, but the hermit is always alone, sometimes coming from solitude moving forward. Let's read on more about this major arcana card in the upright and reverse meanings in the tarot, followed by the meditation at the end. The Hermit. This tarot card represents the positive side of solitude and knowledge gained. When the time comes for us to move on to college, it is common for this card to appear. You have the knowledge of your youth to carry with you, your recent diploma, and are moving forward into a new place. Whatever the case, the Hermit upright represents all the good of solitude. So the past events. You have completed a healthy time of hermit or just or are just departing it, excuse me. This period has been a time of self-reflection and growth that can only occur when we are free to examine our thoughts. This time is passing now though, and it is time for you to return to the world. The present events. You are currently in a time of solitude. Use it wisely. It is bound to continue for some time, and you should use this time to reflect upon your present circumstances. There's growth to be had and time to advance and grow, but it would help if you learn from where you've been, and now is the time for that. The future events. This card can be a positive omen for those who are in a bad situation. It often turns up in the tarot readings of abused men and women who have finally seen how things are and are moving to protect themselves. In any case, it represents that you will soon be entering a period of beneficial solitude. You may not desire it, but it will be a needed time for you. In reverse, forced solitude. Against one, there are many ways this can come about, from incarceration to a move to a place away from friends and family.